Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Guess what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Thursday, the 4th day of April. It's National Vitamin C Day. I need to get a little more vitamin C right now. My wife over here got me sick. Well, you got yourself sick, and then I'm getting myself sick.
Actually, our daughter got me sick.
She brought it home?
Yes.
Somebody's got some splaining to do. It's National Walk Around Things Day today, National Hug a News Person Day, a National School Librarian Day, National Chicken Cordon Bleu Day.
I love that.
It is good stuff. National Burrito Day and Jeep 4x4 Day. All of those things happening on this Thursday. Also, I want to remind you, coming up later in the program, we have a Dear John letter, and today's Dear John letter is a doozy. And I like that. I'm going to just share with the first line here. I'm not sure why I'm asking, since I've already kind of made up my mind. Well, that's always good.
Okay.
It says, maybe I want the assurance that I'm doing the right thing. And just for the record, I think you're doing the right thing. But we'll get to the Dear John letter come up later in the program. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at weirdgiftoftheday.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the weird gift of the day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. weirdgiftoftheday.com. That's weirdgiftoftheday.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. A new study found that living near a craft brewery will increase the value of your home.
Really?
Yeah, so I wonder what it has to do with that. I think maybe what's going on there is it just so happens that they're putting those craft breweries in nice places. I think that's what's going on. I don't think it has anything to do with the brewery making your house worth more.
What if you live near a craft factory, like where they make macaroni and cheese and such?
Doesn't say, so I don't know.
I would assume that'd be worth more.
Near a craft store. See? Crafty study people. What's going on here? This is surveys and studies and such. Brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website bettercreditcards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Police say a Wisconsin woman was caught with her hand in the cookie jar when St. Patrick's Day parade attendees reported that she was handed out marijuana-laced treats. 57-year-old Kathleen Krause was arrested, and she told police she was handing out cookies with marijuana in them. Police approached her, who was visibly intoxicated, by the way. She was, reeked of alcohol, and marijuana was on her breath. She was pulling out gallon-sized bags with only cookie crumbs left in bag. But they also found some gummy candy on her. Both sweets tested positive for marijuana. She was arrested and charged with delivering THC, possession of THC, and possession of a controlled substance. She appeared in court the following Monday, where she was released on a $1,000 bond and ordered to maintain sobriety.
That's not very nice.
No, don't do that. Hopefully she wasn't giving that to kids.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bad idea. That happened on St. Patty's Day, so there you go. It's also what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Matthew McConaughey has a new film called The Beach Bum. 7 people went out to see it, apparently. Well, maybe more than that.
I saw the
lowest opening of his career, only $1.6 million.
I didn't even look. I saw I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw it pop up on my newsfeed, and it looked
I haven't seen
nasty.
That. I'm going to have to check it out. Wendy Williams and her husband and manager, Kevin Hunter, are looking at separating after 22 years of marriage. That's too bad. And Benito Mussolini's granddaughter is not happy with Jim Carrey. He drew a cartoon of her grandpa being executed, so she's asking for him to,
Yeah, I saw this.
Do something about that.
I saw that today.
Was it a good cartoon? I haven't even seen that.
None of his have you ever seen his work?
Yeah, some of it's a little bizarre.
And it's
very angry.
Horribly angry.
Yeah, like Jim, maybe you just take like a Valium
need
and
some
take a break.
therapy.
I don't know what's going on there. This is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Here's a fun trip back to the 80s.
Surely you can't be serious.
Join us in Las Vegas for 80s in the Desert, May 3rd and 4th. Hang out with other 80s fans.
International language of love.
Meet several 80s icons from the movies and rock out to awesome music from the 80s. Flock of Seagulls, The Romantics, Mr. Scandal with Patti Smythe, Thomas Dolby, Pretty Poison, and more. See the full list of bands and icons at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. NASA's Curiosity rover has discovered methane gas on Mars. This is a sign that there may be life on the red planet, or may have been life on the red planet, because methane gas. And you know what they say, where there's gas, there may be life, apparently. I don't know what they say.
I don't know what they say.
Yeah, but that's kind of cool. NASA Curiosity rover doing some stuff there on the red planet.
Huh.
Wallet Hub survey found that Louisiana is the most stressed out state in the country. Would you have guessed that?
I would not have guessed that.
Nor would I. Number 22 on the list. So there's 50 states, in the list. New York ranked at number 21 on the list. I would have guessed that way higher.
I would have as well.
Who do you think is the least stressed out state according to this Wallet Hub survey, Heidi?
Hawaii.
No, Minnesota this time.
What?
Yeah, Minnesota.
All
Minnesota.
right.
They're the least stressed out state. I grew up not far from Minnesota, and every once in a while I have people ask me if I'm from there, because when I say things like Minnesota, I have a little bit of an accent. Minnesota.
Oh, you do not.
Oh, a little bit, apparently. Sure you betcha, Heidi.
You don't
Okay,
say
I don't
it
do
like
none of that. I'm just laying it on now. But Minnesota, the least stressed out state. A video has gone viral of a monkey dog race. Now, it's not a dog racing a monkey. It is an actual monkey riding a dog.
Oh, funny.
Galveston County Fair in Texas. It's called the Banana Derby. It features monkeys riding on top of dogs, and I kind of would like to see that.
How many monkeys that know how
Don't
to ride
know.
dogs could they possibly have
at
that
least-
they can put on a race?
At least 2, because they're racing them, If it's just 1, that wouldn't be a whole lot of fun.
That's something I would go to.
So now you want to get a monkey and a dog that the monkey can ride.
I've always wanted to get a monkey,
She
but
does
now
want
I
a monkey.
need a dog. that
She's
my
asked
monkey
me.
can
We've been
ride.
married almost 20 years now. 19 years and counting.
I bet I've asked for one
19.5
at
years.
least once a year.
At least. I bet you've probably asked for... in the last month, you've talked about it 4 or 5 times.
I
So
know.
much so, I actually went online. I was like, I'm going to Google it and see how much a monkey is. Actually, not as much as I thought. So... I don't know if you need a permit, I'm assuming, and then, what will we do while we're on the air? Have the monkey in here screaming? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. A photo has gone viral of a skunk that got stuck in a beer can. Did you see this? Massachusetts is where this happened. A skunk got his head stuck in a can of Bud Light. Fortunately, rescuers were able to remove this skunk without getting the scent on them, which is...
right.
That's good. But I'm sure there's a skunky beer joke in there somewhere, but I'll leave that up to you. An Israeli woman suffered brain damage after going on a 3-week juice diet. That's
Oh.
concerning. I've actually looked into doing that. I
Not
was saying-
3 weeks.
No, but I was like, hey, maybe we should do that whole detox
I mean, I've
thing.
seen the
and
juice cleanse where it's like 2 days.
Yeah.
But, 3 weeks.
3 weeks
I mean,
gave her brain damage. So I don't know if it's irreversible or if she's going to get better. I have no idea. What a bizarre story. McDonald's in Australia. They were kind of having some fun for April Fool's Day. I actually showed my beautiful bride here and my daughter, and they both said yuck. But McDonald's in Australia had to apologize for an April Fool's prank where the company promoted a new item called the McPickle. It was supposedly a sandwich made of nothing but pickles. And people were upset because they wanted to order it, and they don't exist.
you could order that if
I
you
think
really
could.
wanted it. Just say,
It looked like a Big Mac with the meat missing and just
Yeah,
a
there's a
pile
ton
of
of pickles.
So if they want it, just make it for them. How hard could that be? A Dutch inventor has invented toilets for cows in an attempt to cut down on emissions. Now we just got to potty train cows, so someone's going to have to get on that. And one last thing here. This is the story to end with here. The $450 million Leonardo da Vinci painting sold at auction in 2017. Most expensive painting ever sold, $450 million, has gone missing from an Abu Dhabi museum.
oh no.
Sounds like some sort of plot for a movie to me. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have IRS tax problems? Are they keeping you up at night?
Afraid to open your own mail or even answer your telephone? If your tax problems are affecting your family life, you need to know you have options. You have rights, and we'll make sure you get them. Call and speak with Mike Habib, the tax expert who will handle your case at 877-78-TAXES or online at myirs.taxrelief.com. That's 877-78-TAXES or myirs.taxrelief.com.
And it's time now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
This is kind of a fun Dear John letter because they say right in here they're probably not going to take our advice. So we can pretty much say whatever we want today.
All right.
I like
All right,
that.
let's hear it.
All right, here we go. Dear John, I'm not sure why I'm asking since I've already kind of made up my mind. Maybe I want the assurance I'm doing the right thing. My daughter is 13. She's been great friends with our neighbor's daughter for many years. They've had many sleepovers, and there's never been any issues. Recently, my neighbor has remarried, and his new wife has a grown son who now lives with them. My daughter was invited for a sleepover for the last day of school, and I told her no. She's very upset with me, but I've witnessed how this boy treats his new little sister, and I think it's a bad idea for my daughter to be anywhere near him. I'm trying to protect my baby girl, but she's upset with me. Am I overreacting? Should I give in and let her stay there? What do you think? Signed, Mama Bear. I think you're making the right decision.
I think you're overreacting.
Do you really?
Yes.
See, I think what you should do is say, tell you what, invite her to stay over here instead.
Well, you could do that,
That's
but
a
I
simple
still
answer.
think, unless you've seen him doing inappropriate things, siblings fight. That's
Well, siblings do, but if, I don't know, like you said, I don't know what she witnessed him do.
Right. If he's touching her inappropriately or something like that, then obviously it's a no-brainer, but
Yeah.
If they're just bickering like siblings do, that's going to happen at everybody's house. And if your child is an only child and you haven't witnessed that, you're overreacting.
Well, I think the simple answer is this. You want to kind of a get out of jail free card, just say, how about you invite her to our house this time? And explain to her why. Just say, I'm not a big fan of this new kid that's living there. It doesn't sound like the boy's been there a long time, so they don't really know him very well. But what she does know of him is not good. So if you just say, hey, you know what? How about you invite her here? You guys can stay here this time. And now she still gets to do a sleepover, but she gets to do it. She's got the home field advantage now. Did you always like that when it was at your house, or did you like staying somewhere else?
Oh, I preferred to be at my house.
You didn't like staying somewhere else?
No, but my house was always the fun house.
See,
so.
When I was a kid, I usually stayed somewhere else because there were so many kids in our family. Like, the last thing we needed was more kids over.
Right.
I do remember when I was a kid, we got had a camper, and we would have sleepovers, and we'd stay in the camper out in the backyard.
That would be fun. I remember sleeping in the tent out in the yard.
Yeah. So I think if it were me, once again, Mama Bear, I don't think you're overreacting, depending on what you've witnessed. Now, again, Heidi's saying she doesn't know what you witnessed either, but she's assuming that you saw something that wasn't so bad. So she's saying you are overreacting. The good news is, Heidi, we can say whatever because she says right in here she's not going to listen
Invite them both
to
over
us.
to your house. Get to know the young man.
Hey, there you go. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Invite them all over for dinner and get to see who this
Invite
kid
him
is.
to the sleepover.
Not to the sleepover. Would you just
Can all
stop
play
it?
Barbies and dress up, do each
doubt
other's
it.
hair.
I don't know how old he is, and she probably doesn't know either, but it says has a grown son who lives with them. So probably outside of the Barbie age, though, I'm assuming. I don't know. Some kids just never grow out of that. If you've got advice for Mama Bear, I do have this posted on our Facebook page as well, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Also, if you've got a Dear John letter that you'd like to submit for next week or following week, we always keep it anonymous, so you never have to worry about somebody knowing that it was you that was reaching out about whatever it was. And we also always post a version of it on our Facebook page. Sometimes I retype it to make sure that it stays anonymous, but we'll throw that on there so people can chime in. So again, if you'd like to have your Dear John letter submitted, you can do that through the website, johnandheidishow.com, or through the Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website bettercreditcards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. BetterCreditCards.net. That's BetterCreditCards.net.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There's an octopus that can actually change shape to imitate other animals. So it's like an impersonator octopus.
That's cool.
So if you thought changing colors was cool, how about the mimic octopus? Not only modifies its own color, but it also changes its shape. For example, hovering above the seabed with its arms spread wide to mimic a venomous lionfish, or it can bury all but two of its arms in the sand to look like a long sea snake. So there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. That's a very fun fact on this Thursday.
Here's a fun trip back to the 80s.
Surely you can't be serious.
Join us in Las Vegas for 80s in the Desert May 3rd and 4th. Hang out with other 80s bands.
International language of love.
Meet several 80s icons from the movies and rock out to awesome music from the 80s. Flock of Seagulls, The Romantics, Mr. Scandal with Patty Smythe, Thomas Dolby, Pretty Poison, and more. See the full list of bands and icons at RadioTravelGroup.com. That's RadioTravelGroup.com.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. It's arithmophobia. Arithmophobia. I think you're going to get
Fear
this
of
one.
math.
Real close. The fear of numbers. Arithmophobia. Arithmophobia. I struggle spelling, too. Not only do I struggle saying these words, I can't even spell them.
I had that right. I'm going to give that to myself.
I'm giving you credit, yes. Are you keeping a tally, by the way?
No.
How do you know if you're going to win the prize?
What's the prize?
I don't know. It depends on if you're going to win it or not. Fear of numbers. Today's fun with phobias.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the weird gift of the day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. According to court records, unhappy with the way his groceries were being packed, a Pennsylvania man choked out a supermarket cashier.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He was being careless with several bags of snack chips and 50...
Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't do this. 55-year-old Bradley Bauer, he's old enough to know better. He was at the giant food store in right near his home. He and his wife were shopping. It was the night before Super Bowl Sunday, so this is a while back. February 2nd is when this happened. They reached the checkout line, and Neil Lurch Jr. began bagging the purchases, but he wasn't happy with how he was doing it. He's like, hey, don't be throwing my groceries around. They finished paying for them, and he said, do you have a problem with me? Because I have a problem with you. And that's when he started choking the guy.
Holy cow.
And the kid thought he was joking. He's like, do you? Police allege that Bauer subsequently wrapped a hand around his throat and pushed him against a cash register. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, over a bag
I
of
hope that
chips.
kid pressed charges.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some stuff going on there. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. Just a bizarre. That's why it's today's weird news. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. North Carolina man, they're investigating after he reportedly stole an ambulance and then struck multiple vehicles in a parking lot. This happened on a Monday afternoon at Executive Center Drive. Somebody called 911 and reported a suspect was damaging property inside an office building before leaving the building, and then he damaged cars in the parking lot. The suspect was found in an ambulance. He climbed into an ambulance driver's seat while the medic crew was treating a patient in the back of the truck. Oh, no. The medic said the crew and the patient were able to safely exit before he took off in the ambulance. Video sent to Channel 9 News, so apparently where this story is being read from here, says the suspect in the medic ambulance can be seen driving towards parked cars and crashing into them. After the crash, a man is seen running from the ambulance, and then he gets swarmed by police.
Well,
they detained him and took him to a hospital for evaluation because there's something wrong there.
There's absolutely something wrong there.
What in the world? That's today's moment of duh.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website bettercreditcards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these 3 things. Heidi, tell me, what do these 3 things have in common? An 18-wheeler, a figure skater, and the band Guns N' Roses. An 18-wheeler. They actually have several of these. A figure skater, and the band Guns N' Roses.
I don't know.
What's the lead singer's first name?
Axl. Oh, Axl.
Oh, yeah. Axl Rose. Yeah. 18-wheeler has axles, and a figure skater.
Yeah, figure skater
axles.
has triple axles.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's today's fun. What was this thing? Oh, yeah, these 3 things. I would say fun with phobias. I'm way off today. Thanks for listening to these 3 things.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is pretty darn good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. We are ticking away and getting closer and closer to the big day in, it's actually a couple of days, less than a month away now, in Las Vegas, Nevada. 80s in the desert. The gentleman that's on with us every Tuesdays with Charlie, he is going to be there with his beautiful wife. That's my wife's parents, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's your mama and papa. And then we're going to be there. A lot of fun. If you want to get all the details, 80s in the Desert is the name of the event, but the website is radiotravelgroup.com. Listen to this story. This is cool. Here's the headline. Bride's father halts wedding so the daughter's stepdad can walk down the aisle with them.
Oh, I've seen this video.
Isn't this neat?
Is an old one, but it is so cool.
It was just shared on my page the other day, so I thought I'm gonna make sure to share this and talk about this.
Yeah, this is so neat.
September 27th is when this is from, so it is from a while back. But I appreciate the folks that share these things with me. So this young lady was getting married, Brittany Peck. She recently wed her fiancé, Jeremy, in Ohio, and got to experience twice the love when her dad stopped the procession for a moment and then got the stepfather, hey, come on, you're coming with me. You help me raise her, you're going to help me walk her down this aisle.
Yeah, I think that's so
Said,
beautiful.
He's helped me raise my daughter and should be walking with us. I think that's really cool. I love the fact that they get along. That's really neat, and I love to see that. And there's just a beautiful image here of the dad grabbing the father-in-law, or the stepfather, rather, by the hand and pulling him out there, too. And then there's a picture of the two of them from behind where he's got his arm around him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is such a cool, just the whole darn story. I think that's just really
And the pictures are amazing.
It is. Beautiful bride, awesome event, really cool thing. So if you get a chance, check it out. I've got a link to it in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Also, if you happen to come across good news, if you want to share that with us, you can do that. Same way. You can do it through our Facebook page, through our website, however. Just get it to us, and then we'll try to share your good news, too. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.